Hello, friends. How are you doing? Day 524. Hope you're doing great. I just want to come in today and just share about a post that I saw on a group I'm part of on Facebook. I think it's called Rise. Anyway, it's for professionals or just people looking for jobs or networking. And there was a question that was posed, and it was, should the salary be in the job description? Obviously, many of the people in this group are looking for jobs or potentially looking to switch jobs. And of course, when we look for a job, one of the important items that we do look for is how much does it pay? Because we got bills to pay, necessities, and so forth, right? Um, so I don't know. I just want to share some thoughts, and if you have any thoughts, I'd love to have your thought in the comments and share your point of view. Because obviously, with this topic, there could be a number of different points of view. And so when I first read it, for me, I just said, well, I believe that the salary should be put on the job description. And why? I guess for me, it's pretty simple. I want to be respectful of other people's time, because if it's a job that requires a higher level of skill, and you just assume that, but then when you go through a number of interviews and then you find out it's only maybe half of what you expected, then would you not have felt that you wasted your time? And so I think, in general, even if they don't put an exact figure, maybe a range would be nice. For example, 50 to 70,000 to start, or something like that, depending on experience, right? So I think a range definitely helps, because if it's completely just not even there, then what are you applying for? Like, what if it doesn't meet the needs of your family or for your situation? And so for me, that was my initial. But then, of course, I always want to look at the other side, and so I went to the comments and kind of see what other people thought. And so one of the people, they kind of wrote down that if the salary is not there, then the resume shouldn't have to be submitted, because both can be discussed in the interview. That's one way to look at it. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, definitely. Because again, like, I believe it should be a two-way street, right? Not just one way. And so that's a valid point. Now another person wrote down that one reason why they may omit the salary is because the employer wants people who are passionate or interested in the job itself, not just for the pay. And so they reason that they can find a more engaged and proactive person that way. And again, I get that. I understand. I can see what they're trying to get at. But again, we live in a world where, unfortunately, people can't do what, for the most part, people are not working the jobs that they should be working or could be working. Why? Because we have bills to pay. And in a world where inflation's a real thing and keeps going up and up, you gotta put food on the table and a roof over your head. And so people are finding it a lot harder that way these days. And so there was another post by somebody else that I really liked. They said that people get a job because of the money and stay because of the culture. Right? So I was saying before, at the end of the day, everyone needs a job so that they can pay for the basic necessities, right? Like food, shelter, clothes, okay? And, but you also have to understand that pay is not the only determining factor. Because many people will leave a higher paying job with a terrible culture for a lower paying one with a healthy culture, right? So it's a balance. What can you provide, right? It's not just the pay, but it's the culture as well. I know for me, I value a healthy culture big time. But at the same time, I value my time and my skills that I've built over the last how many decades. And so there's always a number of factors. And so, I'd love to hear your feedback. What do you think? Should a salary be put in the job description? And also, are you saying it from a point of view of an employee or an employer? So that way, it gives a little bit of context on your opinion. Okay. Anyways, friends, really, there's not a lot that I want to share in terms of my thoughts. I already shared with you what I thought at the beginning. For me, I believe that at least there should be a range when it comes to a salary, so that whoever is applying at least has an idea. It doesn't have to be exact, but an idea, so that they don't feel like they're wasting the time. Okay, and so, but at the same time, I also read before that a lot of jobs that pay a lot, like the higher paying jobs, like 100, 6 figures and plus, a lot of times actually very, very few people apply for them. A lot of times it's because the people don't think they're qualified, or and so they don't even submit anything. And so there's actually a lot fewer applicants for the higher paying jobs. And so again, there's a number of factors that go into it. Love to hear your feedback, but hopefully some of those points get you thinking, and the more perspectives, the better. We can all learn together. Okay, see you, friends. Have a good one.